following podcast is a part of RadioMisfits.com. This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Porn star has claimed that a man acted inappropriately toward her at the gym. However, when she shared footage of their interaction online, she didn't get the support she was hoping for. Adult content creator Violet Starr uploaded a clip of her encounter with the unnamed man to TikTok, saying it's why some women feel uncomfortable while working out. Starr wrote in white text overlaying her video, "This is why I don't go to public gyms anymore." In the 22-second clip, which has amassed over 100,000 views, she walks into the gym and is quickly approached by an older man. "Excuse me, what are you, like a teacher?" he asked her. She replied and said that she wasn't, but he continued to explain why he thought she was one. "Because you're so fit, beautifully fit, and you work out so hard. I thought maybe you were a personal trainer or something," he says while smiling. "No, I'm not," she reiterated. In the caption of the video, she wrote, "That awkward gym moment made me want to skip until you walked in." Commenters quickly accused her of trying to make a big deal out of an innocent chat to get clicks. She goes to the gym in revealing costumes with the intent of provoking a reaction from men so they can play the victim, one person wrote. Costumes that reveal every nook and cranny of their bodies are not necessary for comfort or an effective workout. This shows that their intent is to provoke a reaction. These women put on display what Mother Nature has designed to attract male attention, then act surprised when it works. It's all an act. 100%, someone else chimed in. They could wear baggy, unattractive, loose clothing and not get bothered. It's the cleavage trap. Women wear plunging open necklines, then complain if a man looks. As a man, any woman trying to film me, something that's an enormous invasion of privacy and I would never consider doing, at a gym is going to be viewed by me as a predator with ulterior motives. Another said that's because any human who actually feels uncomfortable or threatened would leave, not intentionally interact with the person for the purpose of putting it on the internet. Some commenters did sympathize with her, saying, as women, they too have faced similar scenarios that made them feel uncomfortable. Before she turned off comments, Starr said that she understood that this particular clip was tame, but she was using it to highlight more direct interactions she's had at the gym in the past. It comes after another OnlyFans star, Maddie Ruby, filmed herself performing a pulse squat at the gym last year, which prompted a man to approach her. She said it was proof that women aren't safe. "What are you doing?" he asked. She explained that she was performing a leg warm-up, but he disagreed, saying, "I know what you're doing." The stranger told Ruby, a popular porn star who charges fans to view her explicit content, that she was an example of what is wrong with girls. He added that she should keep this kind of behavior online and called it ridiculous. He then kicked her phone and smashed it as he walked away. Well, all right, you took it a little too far there, asshole. While there is ongoing debate about allowing filming in gyms and whether she was intentionally provocative, it remains important to acknowledge that gym harassment is a genuine issue, especially when someone destroys your property like a phone. A survey conducted by Run Repeat in 2022 revealed that nearly 56% of women have experienced harassment while working out. Another study found that a striking 69% of women do not feel safe or change their behavior in response to unwanted attention from men during exercise. Shockingly, 92% of harassment incidents in the gym go unreported. I mean, you could get a viral video out of it. What the hell? These incidents can include unwanted attention, comments, or physical contact. Well, it's the physical contact that you have to worry about, especially that guy who trashed the girl's phone, no matter what she was squatting or doing at the gym. You just can't do that, and any kind of grabbing or anything like that, that becomes akin to assault. So there you go, but somebody's saying, "Hey, nice ass." Yeah. Well, it's rude, but it's not worth 5 seconds of anyone's time. This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Florida teacher exchanged lewd text and sent nudes to underage student. Hello, I'm Mr. Nailsin. Chase Crabb, that's right. His name was Chase Crabb. 23 was the suspect of a criminal complaint filed in Polk County on January 21st. Which prompted an investigation into his activities with a 16-year-old student. In a statement, the Polk County Sheriff's Office said that Crabb met the unnamed girl in December 2023 when he was a substitute teacher at Haines City High School. They reportedly struck up conversations over email before progressing to social media and text. Police said that once the girl, who was 15 years old at the time, told Crabb that she'd broken up with her boyfriend, their communications took a tawdry turn. According to the information provided to the press by the sheriff's office, Crabb and the girl communicated over TikTok, Discord, and Instagram, as well as texting on their phones. Over the course of a year, from December 2023 to December 2024, Crabb allegedly sent sexually explicit messages to the girl, including photos of his crotch. He also allegedly asked her to send him nude photos of herself and attempted to convince her to have sex with her. The text that Crabb allegedly sent to the girl alluded to his knowledge that what he was doing was inappropriate, such as, is it wrong for me to be sexually attracted to a minor? Who said that? He also allegedly stated his preference for underage girls, saying, "Nah, because they won't be interesting adult females. It's more fun to groom." According to reporting by local news outlet Four Corner Sun, the girl told her mother this month about the sexually explicit messages she was receiving from Crabb, whom she called Mr. Chase. After the complaint was filed on January 21st, an investigation by the Florida Department of Children and Families and the Polk County Sheriff's Office ensued, which resulted in an arrest warrant. Crabb was arrested on January 22nd and booked to the Polk County Jail, where he remains held without bond. He was charged with 2 felonies: transmission of harmful material to a minor and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Crabb last worked at Haines High School in March 2024. Four Corner Sun reported that he was a temporary employee who worked through Kelly Services, which terminated Crabb due to inactivity. Polk County Public Schools never received a complaint about Crabb engaging in inappropriate behavior with students. After making his initial court appearance on January 23rd, Crabb was ordered to stay away from minor children and to abstain from using electronic devices with access to the internet. Well, at least the young girl had enough sense to finally tell her mother that she was being chased by Mr. Chase. This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Video shows woman hurdling first date brick through ex's window. Hello, I'm Mr. Nailsin. A woman denied throwing a first date brick through her ex's window, but according to deputies in Lee County, Florida, surveillance footage caught her in the act. "I live here," Sabrina Deanna Coyne, 34, told deputies in body camera video dated the night of January 24th. The ex said, however, that Coyne moved out of the house when they broke up about 6 months before. Turns out he's the sole owner of the residence, according to county property appraisers' records. The deputies found no women's clothing in the residence. It's not even his own. And no indication Coyne was getting mail there. The video, heavily edited by the sheriff's office, shows the first deputy finding Coyne at the front door. "I'm trying to get in touch with my ex-husband," Coyne said. According to documents, the man said they had never been married. The ex was sleeping on his couch in the living room, waking up to the sound of loud banging on the windows and front doors. Shortly thereafter, he heard a loud noise indicating glass breaking coming from the front living room. On video, a deputy asked Coyne if she had been banging on the door. "I banged on the door because he wouldn't let me in," she said. She denied throwing anything at the window, but in the edited footage, the sheriff's office pointedly repeated the surveillance video in which a woman, Coyne, picked something up from the ground and tossed it while holding a flashing object, apparently her cell phone, in the other hand. "I did not break the window," she said on body camera. The sheriff's office described the item as a first-date brick. A close-up picture from authorities showed that it commemorated a jet skiing tip from June 14th, 2020. Coyne was arrested for criminal mischief and throwing a deadly missile into an occupied dwelling. She posted $7,500 bond on January 26 and is scheduled for a later arraignment. Well, let's take a look at that footage. I mean, how can we not?
You're the one banging on here?
Yeah, I'm trying to get in touch with my ex-husband.
Oh. Were you banging on the doors all along?
I banged on the door because he won't let me in.
You live here or no?
Yes.
Or you used to?
I live here.
Did you launch anything in there?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
That's just like her. No.
Sugar Boo, don't do this.
If you cannot afford a lawyer
Sugar Boo.
Wait,
or breaking the window with
I
a
didn't
brick,
break the window.
we'll speak
I
about
did
that
not
now.
break the window.
If you want to speak to me about it, we can, but I have to read you
I
the same
want to
rights.
speak with you. Yes, I want to speak with you.
Okay.
I did not
Just
break
give me a
the
second so I
window.
can read your rights and then we'll go from there, okay?
Wait, officer,
Yeah, let's go.
officer, I did not break the window.
Okay, we'll speak about that
break
now.
the window. I did not break the window. Oh my God.
Oh, man, that's too bad. That's too bad for Sugar Boo. This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Teacher offered student $2,000 to kill her husband. No, surprisingly enough, this is a teacher-student scandal that, as far as I know, doesn't involve sex. But it involves conspiracy to commit murder. It's still, corruption of a child, though. So there is that. A substitute teacher in Ohio has been arrested after allegedly offering a student $2,000 to kill her husband. A video from the Franklin County Municipal Court shows a bond hearing over the case of Columbus substitute teacher Stephanie Demetrius, who allegedly made a $250 down payment to the unidentified pupil for the hit. Franklin County Municipal Court documents obtained by Newsweek show the 44-year-old has been charged with one case of felony conspiracy. Demetrius denies the accusation. Oh, pink puppies. So why does this even matter? Well, I would have thought that was obvious, but the prosecution has pointed to a police report of a recorded phone call between Demetrius and the student, which they allege shows Demetrius saying when her children would not be home so the murder could occur at her house. See, that's like a mother, isn't it? The children come first. However, Demetrius' representation, a Franklin County public defender, has said the claims are fabricated. So the phone call could possibly be AI, Yeah. So anyway, what do we need to know? Well, let's find out. On March 26, 2025, a student at the Academy for Urban Scholars High School in Columbus, Ohio, was approached by Demetrius, who solicited the student to kill her husband for $2,000. This, according to a statement of facts before the court. The student was paid $250. Yeah, you got through all that. It adds to the probable cause document. Police also have a recording of, you covered that, which is claimed Demetrius. Yeah, all right, what the hell? Tells the student that her husband worked from home and that their neighbors could not care if they heard gunfire, because a lot of that's going around, So the prosecution asked for a high bond and for an order to stay away from the victim and any witnesses, given the alarming allegations here. Well, police told Sykes, TV station, that they are unsure why Demetrius allegedly picked the specific student to carry out the killing, and that the case came to light after the parent reportedly saw messages about the plot on their child's phone. So, gee, I wonder what it could be. She saw this kid as a potential hitman. I wonder what gave her that idea. Demetrius and her husband were going through divorce proceedings, which were initiated by Demetrius in April 2024, according to court records obtained by Newsweek from Franklin County Domestic Relations Court. The couple had also filed for divorce in 2017, but those were then withdrawn. But this time, he decided to fix this with murder, allegedly. Police told Sykes that Demetrius' husband has accused her of trying to harm him in the past, including by attempting to run him over and setting the home on fire. Well, I sense a pattern here. Say, what are the people saying? Well, Parker Schwartz, state prosecutor, the defendant has mental issues, has been suicidal in the past, has made homicidal threats in the past during this incident as well, which, explains the case starting anyway. Has a history of violence, has exhibited possessive or controlling behavior, and in a recent or pending divorce or, separation. Franklin County Public Defender for Stephanie Demetrius, she does deny these allegations, says they are being fabricated. Probably. I don't know. She's got 4 kids. Come on, cut her some slack. And we would ask for, reasonable bond, Your Honor. She looks forward to her day in court. Really? I mean, this sounds like a nightmare, especially if she's innocent, But I guess, your chance to make your case. So, yeah, I guess she does look forward to it. When she can present her defense. Sergeant James Fuqua, Columbus Division of Police, told Sykes this particular teacher was attempting to groom this young person. Yeah, that's what teachers do these days, into committing murder. Whoa, well, that is different. A spokesman for the Columbus Division of Police told Newsweek, after speaking with the mother of the juvenile, she stated that she, along with her son, came to police with the evidence of this plot by the teacher because the juvenile was scared. At this time, we don't have any insight as to why this particular student was chosen. So what's next? Well, Demetrius' bond was set at $150,000. That's a lot more than the $2,000 she was willing to pay for the murder. By Franklin County Municipal Court Judge Jessica DeVarga. The conditions of her bond are that she does not consume alcohol or drugs. Well, alcohol is a drug. Well, they're both banned. Well, yeah, but shut up. And does not have contact with her husband. Well, no. Or the juvenile involved in the case. Well, there we go. So, good luck with that. But if everything else, turns out to be legitimate, then, this probably occurred. Probably. Anywho. Oh, that's too bad. But, again, I know you're tired of hearing it, but it's important to reiterate. I guess we can't say it's a positive sign, but so far, there doesn't appear to be any sexual activity between the teacher and student, as is normally the case. But in this case, he was being groomed. Oh, yes. But he was being groomed for murder. This has been a Nailsin News Bulletin. Twin Cities volleyball coach charged with sexually assaulting 17-year-old player. The 24-year-old is charged with third-degree criminal sexual conduct. All right. Volleyball coach from Burnsville, has been charged with sexually assaulting one of her underage players. Well, by a year, Brooke Reinhard, maybe Reinhard, 24 of Rosemont, is charged with 3 counts, third degree. Wow, even the degree is in threes. Criminal sexual conduct by someone in a position of authority, with the victim, a 17-year-old boy. Reinhard is listed as the coach of the Burnsville High School varsity boys volleyball team. There was an earlier story where that teacher was also, I forget, she taught some other, she was a special needs teacher or something like that, but she was also the coach of, I think that was the soccer team. But I thought, you mean the girls' soccer team? No, the boys. What are you doing? All right, guys, go hit the showers. I'm going to make sure you do, According to the charges, a man found the 17-year-old's wallet in his apartment. Oh, no. After returning from being out of state between June 23rd and 29th. The man said Reinhard had been looking after his home. Oh, I thought this was the husband, or boyfriend. Anyway, looking after his home while he was out of town, and that the victim had never been in his home and had no reason to be. Oh, jeez. So she was house sitting for a neighbor and thought, wow, what an opportunity to, here she is. There she is. Okay. When he called Reinhardt about the discovery and told her he was upset with what he found, she allegedly said, okay, and okay, bye. What a cover story. The 17-year-old was interviewed and said he'd forgotten his wallet and that his coach, Reinhardt, had sent him a text saying he'd forgotten it in her car, saying that she had given him a ride to practice in Maple Grove on June 28th before bringing him home. See, he really came up with a better story than hers. That's better than okay, bye, Unless, of course, she called him, quick, we got to come up with a story. He said, don't worry, baby, I got it. The teen initially told police that his relationship with Reinhardt was that of a coach and athlete, and that she was nice. But they had not spent any time together other than for playing volleyball. When the victim allowed officers to check his phone, they allegedly found texts from Reinhardt telling him he had a lot of things to delete, as well as texts about condoms. The victim then told officers Reinhardt had been helping him with a social situation. How do you talk to girls? And that led to them hanging out more often. This allegedly led to them getting food together and then kissing, with the teen saying they had started dating 2 to 3 months earlier. Yeah. After initially saying it had not progressed beyond kissing and watching TV, the teen allegedly admitted when asked about the condom text that they had penetrative sex, meaning they had sex. He claimed the first time happened at Reinhardt's Rosemont home about a month earlier, with the second time at the Burnsville apartment on June 28th. The teen also said Reinhardt had sent him nude pictures. Reinhardt was arrested on July 2nd, and during the interview, she claimed the boy had left his wallet in her car after she drove him to practice, and described their relationship as coach and player. See, that's how they do. They get them in separate rooms, and interview them. She's sticking to the initial story that they agreed to. So, oh boy, they went over it. But, the kid didn't get rid of everything on his phone. So, whoopsie. So then he says, all right. She didn't know about that. She later allegedly admitted that in May, she had engaged in sexual acts in her vehicle with the boy and admitted to having sex with him at her house. The boy's house? Jeez. She went to his house and banged him there. Wow. And the Burnsville man's apartment. What if he'd come home early and he walks in? Anyway, she also admitted sending the boy nude pictures. WCCO, or Waco, reports Reinhardt was hired in September 2023. Wow, that's not that long ago. Huh. Well, anyway, with Burnsville Egan Savage District School saying that while it can't release personnel information, it is fully cooperating with police on the matter and will take appropriate actions as dictated by district policies and state law. Well, she's confessed to all of it. So obviously, she's fired, right? I tell you, it's easier to fire that stupid pediatrician. The teachers, I mean, now it varies by state to state and city and all that. But, geez Louise, so very hard to give them the boot, And then it's like, hey, look, we got rules here. And, oh, man, we can't just get rid of this woman because she had sex with one of her students. I mean, I can understand innocent till proven guilty and all that stuff, but she confessed. So, and still, oh, it's very hard. So, I mean, you can't release the information. That's one of the things. It's like, hey, is there any vetting here or anything? I don't know what it would be. Like, well, she's done this before. Well, then yeah, that would, and they got that on file. Well, don't you do that again? That probably wouldn't be sufficient to understand. But, geez, man, and I really daring as she's like, let's do it in your bedroom at your home. And they did. Well, anyway, she's probably going to do some time and maybe even get fired. This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Pool float pervert pleads to felony charges. A man who admitted to actually gratifying himself with pool floats has pled guilty to a months-long burglary spree that netted him dozens of inflatable partners in a deal with Florida prosecutors. Christopher Monin, 41, caught the theft and burglary charges on the eve of his scheduled June 2nd criminal trial in Brevard, is it Brevard or Brevard County. While such felony convictions carry stiff maximum prison terms, Monin's plea still resulted in a downward departure, in part because he requires specialized treatment for a mental disorder that is unrelated to substance abuse or addiction, according to a court filing which noted that the defendant was amenable to treatment. A judge sentenced Monin to 2 years of community control, an intensive form of an intensive form of probation that compares to house arrest. He will then be placed on standard probation for 8 additional years. Monin, who was also fined $840, had spent 8 months in the county jail before being released on bond. Monin's case, which has dragged on for years, began following his 1:30 a.m. suspicious person arrest by a Palm Bay Police Department officer. The cop spotted Monin riding a bicycle and carrying a white garbage bag full of what he identified as deflated pool floats. Since Palm Bay had been plagued with burglaries in which the suspect cuts the screen or otherwise enters a victim's back pool area and steals only pool floats, Monin was identified as a prime suspect. Monin lived in Palm Bay, where police had received more than a dozen separate reports about pool float burglaries. During questioning, Monin reportedly admitted burglarizing several residences and swiping many floats. Monin directed investigators to a vacant house across the street from his Palm Bay residence, where he stored the purloined floats. As detailed in a police report, cops found about 75 pool floats in the house. As detailed in a police report, cops found about... What's it repeating the same sentence for? A search warrant inventory lists some of the seized items as lounge chair with cup holders, a duck float, a lobster float, a French fries float, a pizza float, a turtle float, a whale float, a banana float, an elephant float, a watermelon float, and a float shaped like a piece of bacon. See? He also had stolen a Shaquille O'Neal branded Shaq inflatable lounger. I wonder what Shaq thinks of that. Monin, whose home did not have a pool, reportedly told police that he actually gratifies himself with the floats and does this instead of raping women. See, he's trying. Prior to the May 29th pool float plea, Monin had been convicted of burglary, theft, loitering, and prowling, and violating probation. Each of his prior burglary convictions, which date back to 2007 and 2008, involved the theft of pool floats. When he was collared in 2017 for loitering and prowling, he was found with an inflatable raft in his bike basket. You know what they say. Whatever floats your boat. Of course, these weren't his boats. He needed to get his own floaties.
This has been a Nailsin News Bulletin.
Nailsin News. Where all the money go? Ain't nobody gonna know. You just don't need to take a walk down the street while killers be killing and killing and killing and killing. Nailsin News.
The views and opinions expressed during the Mr. Nailsin Show do not necessarily reflect those held by RadioMisfits.com. So, any complaints and or comments should be sent to @Mr. Nailsin on Twitter, where they'll be promptly ignored and or blocked.
Ain't nobody gonna know. Do you trust your meat to take a walk down the street while killers, we kill it, and kill it, and kill it, and kill it? Nailsin news.